How old were you when you became a millionaire? The man across from him didn't hesitate. I think I was like 20. There was no pause for reaction, no smile waiting for applause, just a fact. And how did you get rich? The interviewer continued. You made a lot of millions in your career. The man leaned back slightly, thinking, not about how impressive it sounded, but how simple it really was. It started with YouTube, he said, back when views actually meant something. Then brand deals, then merchandise. No mystery, no fairy tale, just leverage. Views became attention, attention became trust, trust became money. The interviewer nodded, then pressed deeper. Throughout your career, what's the most money you've made in a single year? The man exhaled. This year, he said, close to 9 figures. There was a pause. And that's net? He smiled slightly. Always net, he said. Never count the gross. Count what you keep. That sentence alone separated experience from noise. Millions from YouTube, millions from boxing, millions from business and investing. But the real question wasn't how much. It was why. What was the biggest driving factor behind your success? The interviewer asked. The man's eyes lit up, not with ego, but with fascination. I was obsessed with Silicon Valley, he said. I started investing when I was 18. Startups, tech, people on the frontier of the future. He talked about vision, about builders, about founders trying to change the world. I love being around people like that, he said. Hearing their ideas, helping them build. Investing became one of my biggest hobbies. Hobby wasn't the right word. Obsession was. The interviewer shifted gears. Tomorrow night, he said, you're stepping into the ring against one of the greatest fighters of all time. Then he asked a question he had asked legends before. Do you fear anything? The man didn't pretend to be fearless. I fear a lot of things, he said, but life isn't about avoiding fear. It's about feeling it and still going. He leaned forward. Success lives outside your comfort zone, outside your boundaries. Fear, he explained, wasn't the enemy. It was fuel. I'm definitely scared going into the ring, he said, but I harness it. I use it. The interviewer asked quietly, what's your self-talk like in that moment? The answer came from a deeper place. First, he said, I thank God, because I know he wouldn't put me in a situation I couldn't handle. Then came visualization. I see the knockout. I see my hand raised. And when doubt tried to enter, I treat negative thoughts like cars on a freeway, he said. I see them pass, but I don't chase them. Then he smiled. And honestly, I have fun. I joke, I dance, I stay loose. Because fun creates flow, and flow creates performance. Joy brings success, he said. People don't talk about that enough. Then came the question everyone wanted answered. You've been doubted more than almost anyone, the interviewer said, but you don't seem to care what people think. Why? The man's voice didn't harden. It clarified. I know who I am, he said. At the end of the day, it's just me and God. He paused. You're born alone. You die alone. Then the truth most people avoid. A lot of people project their own limitations onto you, he said. They can't do it, so they tell you that you can't. Insecurity disguised as criticism, fear disguised as advice. But not one successful person has ever hated on me, he said. Not fighters, not entrepreneurs. It was always the same pattern. The people dragging you down are the ones not chasing anything. He shrugged. So I focus on the positive. The interviewer laughed. You've never met a hater doing better than you. The man smiled. Facts. Then the conversation turned inward. It seems like you found God recently, the interviewer said. How did you know God was real? The answer didn't come from doctrine. It came from experience. It started years ago, he said, through breathwork. He described a moment, quiet, internal, where something shifted. I felt God's presence, he said, 4 or 5 years ago. From there, everything changed. Faith wasn't an event. It became a walk. Meditation, prayer, breathwork, he said. Every day there's a lesson, something to work on. And that faith showed up where fear used to live. I'm able to walk into the ring without fear now, he said, because I asked Jesus to take it from me. The interviewer leaned back, then smiled. And what's your name? Jake Paul. How old are you? 28. Then came the final question. Your last message to the younger generation? Jake didn't pause. Find God, he said. Work hard. Persevere. Practice discipline. Then he added the part that mattered most. And don't give a damn what anyone else thinks. Because the truth about money, the truth about success, the truth about fear is that none of it starts with approval. It starts with belief. It grows with discipline, and it survives through faith. This is untold truth of money, where success isn't polished, wealth isn't exaggerated, and the real stories behind modern power are told without filters. You're not just watching success, you're learning how it's actually built. And somewhere beyond the cameras, beyond the noise, beyond the opinions, a young man walks toward a ring, not fearless, but ready.